Hi everyone, this is the walkthrough or explanation for the Workspace for Science 10, Unit A, Chemistry. Now, to begin at the very top of the Workspace, and by the way, this video will be right here under Start here. I started off by having a section of things that you need to have printed off. To begin, it's the Chem 30 data booklet. Now that is the chemistry data booklet that you will use in Science 10, Chemistry 20, and Chemistry 30. And that's what I referred to throughout this unit of study. Okay, so you need to have that. Maybe your teacher has one they can provide to you. If not, you can print it off right from here, open it up, have it printed out. Next, there are numerous videos in this workspace. And what I do is I have notes in front of me and I'm writing on them and adding, calculations or pieces of information. And I thought it might be nice for you to have them in front of you so you can add the notes and what I say, onto the paper yourself. Kind of like you can follow along with what I'm doing and you can refer back to it later. So this workspace is put into 3 sections: section 1, section 2, and section 3. I would strongly recommend that you have these printed out, put them in a binder, and then as you go through every lesson, have them in front of you. Write down what I write down little tips or tricks that you might come across. Essentially, these are going to be your notes that you can come back and study from. This is crucial to have these printed out. Next, in each section, of course, there are multiple lessons. And what I've done is, let's say I teach you a lesson, then I give you practice questions. You need to practice, you need to have practice going all the time. So what I would do is I would strongly recommend printing out the practice sections, the practice work for each section. So what I did is in section 1, I took all the practice worksheets, put them together, and they're right here in this package. In section 2, I took all the practice worksheets, put them all together. I think you see where I'm going with this. So having this all printed out is going to make your life so much easier. Okay, so that's kind of the housekeeping, what to print off. Then you come down here and you're into start of section 1.0. So here's how I did this course. Oh, by the way, here are the curricular outcomes if you want to see what we have to learn in the chemistry unit of Science 10. So here we go. This is basically the flow of this unit. I start off with a lesson video. So what you would do is you would take out your notes package. As I said, right here, you see we're in section 1. So section 1 notes. You'll now find the notes that I'm writing on in this video. Watch the video, take down the notes, pause, rewind as many times as you need to. Then you'll see this is Unit 1, Lesson 1, Safety in the Laboratory. Then I give you practice questions to complete. So if you want, you can click on this right here. It'll pop up. You could do it separately. I also, just so you know, this is like your practice work that would be part of the section 1 practice work package right here, whatever works for you. You'll also notice that I'm not hiding the answers from you. Here is the answer key. So when you are working on page 11, number 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, I am not hiding the answers. They are right there. If you don't get the answers, please speak to your teacher, rewatch the video, on and on and on from there. Then as pattern repeats, then you go on. Lesson 2. So lesson 2, I have 2 videos this time. So you're going to want to have the notes in front of you if you can write down what I say, the extra little tips and tricks, okay? I also put in the textbook sections. Then there's going to be practice. So you're going to want to look at page 17 and do questions 1, 2, 4, and 5. And again, you can click on it right here, or it is actually part of the greater practice work package right here, whatever works best for you, okay? But the point I'm trying to make is you have to watch the videos, take the notes, and do the practice questions. Now, I need to emphasize that there is a lot going on in this unit. And just like even a math course, you have to understand the first lesson before you can do the second, and the third, and the fourth. And by the time we get to the very end, there's so much going on that if you didn't understand the earlier parts, you're going to find this to be very, very difficult. Now, how do you get marked in this unit? What you've done is, if you take section 1 right here, lessons and practice work, lesson, practice work, so on and so forth. At the end of each section, I give you a review. This is kind of like your studying or your practice for the quiz. So you'd want to do this review. I have that as part of the practice package. I also have the answer key. When you feel confident, you're going to see your teacher for the Section 1.0 quiz. Your teacher will print that off and give it to you. Now, when you're done Section 1.0, you're going to repeat the process for Section 2.0. Video lesson, notes, worksheet, practice, 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 move along. And it goes on and on like this. And then once you get to the very end, again, there will be a Section 2.0 review. And once you have that done, you ask your teacher for the quiz. The same pattern is going to occur for Section 3. And let me just say one more time, in order to do well in Section 3, Section 1 and 2 have got to be really, really strong and in place. Section 3 will end. You'll have a review. When you've done that, you've checked your answers, there will be a quiz. Then you come to the unit exam. I've put here kind of a checklist. I want you to have everything in front of you. Here is kind of a checklist of topics or content that are very, very important to this unit. I also put together a notes package. I'm giving you more information than you'll ever need, but I'm giving you everything. Now, I'm also giving you review questions, as in like a practice exam, okay? For questions you need to have. Once this is all in place, you're going to say to your teacher, can I please have the chemistry unit exam? The teacher will print it out and you'll complete it, and then you'll be done this course. Now, this is a lot. Chemistry is a very in-depth unit, and I really want to emphasize, I've taken you from, Section 1 takes you from the beginnings, and then at the end of Section 3, you're really good at writing chemical formulas, balancing them, doing calculations. The point is, give this unit your whole focus. It needs to be done in a proper order, and do the practice work. You must do the practice work in order to solidify your knowledge of this unit of study.